Remember how horrible the kids' cinema is? Well, so I watched Goat. When my girlfriend asked me what it was about, I said it was about a goat that plays basketball. And she was like, oh, like the goat? Is that what you mean? And I said, no, it's a goat that plays basketball. And in that sentence, I knew she hated it, but also understood that we were going to watch a kid movie. I'm not the target demographic, so there's not a massive point of me picking it apart, but I loved it. It was a really good, enjoyable watch. I enjoyed the enjoyment.
How tall am I? Yeah. You're like 178.
177.
Oh my god.
185.
Is it a masterpiece? No, but I liked it more than I expected I would, which is always a plus in my book. Maybe I should have realized that from the studio of K-pop, Demon Hunters, and Spider-Verse, I was in for something that wouldn't be subpar. I will say that it didn't bode well that the only people in the movie house were my friends and 3 other people. That's a bit crazy for opening night, even if it was 7 o'clock, so that we could avoid all the kids coming. 5 minutes in and my friend was like, hey, this is Kuroko no Basketball. Mostly because the goat's eyes locked on and predicted the movements of certain things in the diner, which was very Emperor Eye Akashi kind of thing, but he never used that or did that again. But he was right. If I summed up this movie into one sentence, it's a sports anime. Well, I guess that's a phrase. A sports anime that needed to be concluded in a short time frame. So parts of the journey feel rushed, from the humble beginnings, dead mom, to being catapulted into stardom in a wacky team. The animation is awesome, but it wasn't groundbreaking. I really did like how the basketball matches looked and how the arenas transformed depending on the biome they were in. Those looked awesome and my highlight of the animation in the whole movie. I'm just gonna mention that with the kid black coded and the last movie being K-pop Demon Hunters, is Sony just recreating Rush Hour?
What's up, my name?
I'll also take this moment to save myself from the comments because I know it's not basketball, it's raw ball. I'm also 30, so I'm not gonna be saying raw ball like I'm some furry at a convention trying to grab everyone's crotch. But what makes this movie is not the 12 FPS animation that brings everything tightly together. It's the characters. I really like the world that the characters created by interacting with each other, the dynamics between their personalities. It all came together really nicely, which is pretty impressive considering how little time we had for that to develop. The short phrases, the short quips, it just brought the team together in a believable way. They all had their own ambitions, their own dreams, and they all found themselves in this struggling team. Goat is a really solid main character, but his essence is really brought out by his supporting characters. I enjoyed Jet, Lenny, Olivia, Archie. I really wanted them to work as a team and get that victory before Senpai graduates and this is her last game. And she also has a life-threatening injury where she can never walk again or play basketball. Sorry, I was on a Kuroko no roll. Also, Moto stole the whole movie. Editor Adam here. I'm in my pajamas, so there's no video. But this horse has braids. As a South African, this is a proudly South African movie. You have a boerbok, an ostrich, a rhino, and giraffe all in the same team. That's Safa Imports. Music is good, and I really enjoyed the Joey Valence and Bray track. It's one that's on my gym playlist. It gets me hyped. Something that was a bit jarring was there was a lot of placed products. Like, I remember seeing Mercedes-Benz logo slap bang in the middle of the frame for a lot of the time. Whenever we got a new car, Mercedes-Benz. It was kind of funny though, because it is Sony, that they could show a PlayStation 5 and the load-in screen and the basketball game, which I forget what it's called, 2K46. Look, I don't play sports video games. Unless we got Mario Kart. Sony just shoved that product down my throat. Something I am really happy about, which I thought this movie was going to do, is the don't meet your heroes stereotype. Because I feel like that has happened a lot in the last decade. And having Jet be an arrogant and understandably anxious isn't the right word, stressed player really makes sense when you consider her backstory and how she fits into the world as an older player that lots of people think should have retired by now.
You're signing a go? Hey!
But instead of copping out, they develop the character and have her grow, instead of making her purely evil. I can't believe I'm thinking of all this stuff as I am getting ready to go to bed, but the culture that they brought in the movie, I think, was really good. The characters all spoke really good slang, and it didn't feel like corporate slang. It didn't feel like some old 50-year-olds kind of pushed this together and forced it into the script. It felt very fluid. It felt natural. And I guess I appreciate when characters don't feel fake. I will say the use of memes and meme music, absolutely bang on. There were so many that I just enjoyed, especially the viral hit that made the GOAT famous. I'm a sucker for well-placed memes that actually know what they're doing. Simple plot, fun jokes, great teamwork, and we've got an under GOAT. That's a solid 72 out of 100. I'll see you for the next review. I don't know when I'm doing another one.